Hi, welcome to the Gear Garage. My name is Zach, and this is my little show by Whitewater Stuff. In today's episode, I want to review the Mustang Survival Universal Swiftwater Rescue Vest. This is a personal flotation device, or PFD, designed by professional rescuers for professional rescuers. This wasn't designed for rafters. It was designed for firefighters, search and rescue members, people who are going to be trained in swiftwater rescue and are going to use this in a rescue environment. And Mustang Survival let me borrow this vest to try it out and see what I thought for boating. And I think it's a great vest for rafters to consider. And the biggest reason is it has a lot of flotation. It has 25 pounds of flotation, which is a lot. Most current vests people are using are like 15 and a half, 16 pounds of flotation, which gets reduced over time. And as they start throwing metal things in here, a lot of rafters like to have knives and pulleys and carabiners and phones, and we start weighing our PFDs down and they don't provide them much flotation. And I think a lot of us need more flotation, either because we're dense or we're big. It's nice to float. Or if you're doing class 5, a really big volume, you really want to keep your head above water the best you can. And there aren't any really good high flotation PFDs out there. There used to be, but there's becoming fewer and fewer. And this is a good option. Now, again, it was designed for rescuers, but I think it's a good option. And so the really cool things, again, are the flotation. If you want to have a rescue harness, it has it. It has pretty big pockets, which is kind of nice. They're easy to access. They're right here. It's easy to get on and off. It's a front zip. And so if you're not super flexible and don't want to go up over your head, you have to pull the vest thing off. But it has 2 buckles that really hold it in, and then a zipper down the front. So I have a little bit of a belly. I'm a little bigger. And so when I put this on over my belly, it actually feels really good. And I can zip it up. But what I really like, actually, are these 2 buckles that really just tighten it down. And sometimes, if you have a big belly, the zipper kind of starts coming undone. These buckles keep that from happening. So I kind of like these buckles quite a bit. It has this rescue thing. In general, I'm not a fan of most rafters having this because it really isn't used that much, maybe even at all. I'm sure it's been used here and there, so I shouldn't say that, but it's such a rarely used item for most people. It does make the PFD, a little tighter, but it's just such a pain to get off and on. And one quick note is, for me, this tail is really long. I would always cut this down personally, so it's a hand length more. So I would cut this here and then put it at an angle so it fits well. So I don't like how long this tail is, but it's that long just for this example. And then, some things I don't like about it, it looks kind of dorky for rafting. I mean, you look like somebody on the river even the other day said, man, you look like a Swiftwater nerd. And I mean, I kind of did. It has these reflectors which don't hurt, but they do look kind of nerdy. I also don't like the color. I mean, I like black a lot of times because I get my stuff dirty a lot, but this isn't very bright. During the day, although it has these like a little bit of yellow accents and the reflectors, I would rather they have something that's all yellow or all red or all orange so I can really stand out and I can be seen. It's kind of hard to see, again, wearing a black PFD. And also, one cool thing for rescuers, it has all this moley stuff to attach things to. As a private boater, we don't need that. But it doesn't have you can attach your knife to this somewhere, but it doesn't have like a dedicated knife attachment point. And most rescue knives have been designed to attach to one of these things. These were on most PFDs back in the day, whatever they're called, these little plastic things. The size of this is what most river knives are designed to go through. And so although this has tons of mole, if I put a typical rescue knife into this on the mole, it's going to go, but it's just going to move around a lot. So I wish that they had something designed like one of those plastic things on that PFD so that it's just sort of locked in there and not just constantly messing around all the time. With this PFD, you kind of probably want an external knife because these pockets, although they're big and easy to access, it might be hard to find your knife. And so, I like to have a folding knife in the pockets that are right in front of me. I can quickly find them and get into. Here, you might get caught with your chapstick and, your sunscreen and all your other stuff, unless maybe you only put a knife in one pocket and all your other stuff in this pocket. But these are 2 really big quick access pockets that I really like. Also, behind here, there's a little place to put your hands to keep them warm, or just to look cool. Like, it's kind of cool just to, like, put my hands in here and do whatever. And the other thing I don't like is that for rescuers, you can see this, they built a handle right here to grab somebody. And I'm not sure if this is to grab a rescuer or to put this PFD on somebody being rescued. But as a rafter, this to me is an entrapment. This can get stuck on a tree. This can get stuck on all kinds of things. It violates the clean line principle, which essentially states you don't want to have anything you can get a hand through or whatever. So there's this handle behind here, again, designed for some sort of swift water rescue thing that isn't really appropriate for whitewater in my mind. But something you shouldn't adjust PFDs, so I'm not going to say take it off, but yeah, I'm not even going to go down there. But finally, I'm going to say it's a pretty comfortable vest. It fits comfortably. I feel very secure in it. I like wearing it. I don't mind wearing it. It's definitely more bulky than like those low flow vests. So like a 16-pound vest, I'm not hitting my arm. Like when I'm rowing, like right now I'm kind of hitting my arms on the PFD. It's kind of in the way. With the lower ones, it's less in your way. So it's a trade-off, right? Do you want to float when you fall out, or do you want to kind of hit your arms once in a while? So obviously with more flotation in your PFD, it's going to be a little bit constraining, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And I actually enjoy wearing this one. I've been wearing it more and more just because I like the flotation it provides. I want to float. I want my head above water when I swim. So those are my thoughts about this one. If you're a rafter looking for a high flow vest and you don't mind looking like a rescue nerd, I recommend it. If you don't like this look, it may not be the right one for you. My hope is that the PFD manufacturers start making more high float PFDs for rafters. More things like this, right? Like Mustang could just take off all the rescue stuff and make a nice PFD in like a solid bright color. And I think a lot of you out there would like it. So please add your comments in the comment section below. If you agree, disagree, please tell me your thoughts. I would love to know if you're like, yeah, that is super cool. If they change these things, right? Give me some thoughts about what you'd like to see different. As always, I appreciate it when you comment, like, subscribe, all the things. And that's it. See you in the next episode. Thanks.